Listening to the member's speech, I thought parts of it were extremely thoughtful. Those parts when he spoke more extemporaneously about the history of fuels and so on, and then of course he went into what I call the ChatGPT conservative tropes that we've been hearing for 4 weeks. But my question to the member is this: when it comes to the Conservative Party, there is no such thing as an environmental policy mix. It's all based on one thing. We don't like the price on carbon. We don't like ZEV mandates. We don't like an emissions cap. We don't like a clean fuel standard. We don't like a clean electricity standard. We don't even like planting trees. It all comes down, and the member mentioned it. It all comes down to giving money for green technology. And what the member seemed to be saying was, what they want to do is give a lot of money to the oil and gas industry, and we know that they're allied with the oil and gas industry, Mr. Speaker. So I'm wondering if the member doesn't find that a bit ironic.
The honourable member for Chatham.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to my honourable colleague for the question. There are so many ways that I could go in response. Let's start with, first of all, with trees. This government has addressed climate change by planting 2 billion trees. I would ask every one of you that have a phone here, and just go to Google and ask, how many trees does Canada have? Google, ask the question, how many trees does Canada have? Because this government's plan to address climate change was to plant 2 billion trees. They're nowhere close to that, but they want to add 2 billion to Canada's present 318 billion trees. That's the plan. That's exactly what Google's will tell you. And your plan to address climate change is to add another 2. Thank you. You haven't got there yet.
Questions et commentaires.
Questions and comments.
On a ici un rappel au règlement.
We have a point of order from the... I would ask colleagues to listen to those who have the floor. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Number of trees, but they do start as seeds, just to make the member aware.
Oui, évidemment, ceci...
Obviously, that was debate. We're at questions and comments. The honourable member for Longueuil-Saint-Hubert. Order.
Le chahutage, s'il vous plaît.
Stop heckling, please. A bit of respect, please.
Promise. They're called saplings. You know, they're already grown up.
Bon, chers collègues.
Okay. Colleagues, could we have some decorum, please? I know that the debate sometimes gets heated.
Chers collègues.
Colleagues.
Question.
Questions and comments. The honourable member for Longueuil-Saint-Hubert. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's Friday afternoon. We're all a bit tired. That question, how many trees have been planted, that's a good question. I know that they campaigned on a promise to plant 2 billion, and yet only a few percentage points of that number have actually been planted.